Morning. Today we're going to be looking at Ephesians chapter 4, the first half of it. So verse 1 says this: I, therefore, a prisoner for the Lord, urge you to walk in a manner worthy of the calling to which you have been called, with all humility and gentleness, with patience, bearing with one another in love, eager to maintain the unity of the Spirit in the bond of peace. There is one body and one Spirit, just as you were called to the one hope that belongs to your call, one Lord, one faith, one baptism, one God and Father of all, who is over all and through all and in all. But grace was given to each one of us according to the measure of Christ's gift. Therefore it says, when he ascended on high, he led a host of captives, and he gave gifts to men. In saying he ascended, what does it mean but that he had also descended into the lower regions, the earth? He who descended is the one who also ascended far above all the heavens, that he might fill all things. And he gave the apostles, the prophets, the evangelists, the shepherds, and teachers to equip the saints for the work of ministry, for building up the body of Christ until we all attain to the unity of the faith and of the knowledge of the Son of God, to mature manhood, to the measure of the stature of the fullness of Christ, so that we may no longer be children, tossed to and fro by the waves and carried about by every wind of doctrine, by human cunning, by craftiness and deceitful schemes. Rather, speaking the truth in love, we are to grow up in every way into Him who is the head, into Christ, from whom the whole body, joined and held together by every joint with which it is equipped, when each part is working properly, makes the body grow so that it builds itself up in love. So what are some doctrinal points that we can look at and see with this passage? So one of the things I'm seeing as I'm reading through this now is we see the humility of Christ. So we're seeing the character of God. Christ, who is God, he spoke and all creation came into existence. He is almighty, all-powerful, all-knowing. Holy, holy, holy. He descended into the lower regions of the earth. We have the great humility of Christ in taking on human flesh, being found as a servant. He came to seek and save the lost. He came to serve, not to be served, and became obedient to the point of death, even death on the cross. We have the great humility of Christ in his character, specifically on our behalf, that he would then endure the cross for the joy that was set before him. It's an incredible gift of the character of God and his humility. And this is part of the giving nature of God. For God so loved the world that he gave his only Son. The giving nature of God. And so part of what we see here as well is this. We see that the Lord gives to his people, not only himself, but also everything that we need pertaining to life and godliness. So he gives the apostles, the prophets, the evangelists, the shepherds, and the teachers. Why? To equip the saints for the work of the ministry, for building up of the body of Christ, for unity, for maturity and manhood, to the measure of the stature of the fullness of Christ, that we would grow up. So we've been given all of what we need, and all of this is then based upon the firm foundation of the truth. Jesus is the way, the truth, and the life. Without truth, then we don't have a firm foundation to stand on. There's no rock, there's no real footing to stand upon, and so we need the truth, and the Lord is the truth. So how do these things then apply to daily living? Well, so we're called to be imitators of Jesus Christ. Humanity is already made in the image and likeness of God, and so now we're also called to reflect back his character. As I was thinking about the humility of Christ, so God is perfect, He's holy in every way, righteous, and we see his humility in what Jesus has done on our behalf. How much more so should we be people who are humble? We are not perfect like him. So in our interactions with each other, as we go about our day, what are some ways now that I can remember that I need to carry this humble attitude of Christ? And so a good example of that is thinking, how can I be a blessing to other people? How can I serve other people? That's going to be a practical way of, well, what is it that I can do to have a humble heart? Be a blessing to others and be a servant for others. And also with the giving nature of God, like how is it that I can give to other people? That I want to be a good gift giver, just as God is a good gift giver. And this firm foundation of truth that the Lord has provided to us, how does that help me today? Well, it helps me when I'm holding fast to the truth that keeps us from being pulled in every which way, in every direction, whether that's wind of doctrine. So this could be false types of teaching that are floating around out there. Human cunning, the different relationships, lies that are coming in, craftiness and deceitful schemes. So even we can have the deceit in being caught up with whatever that lie is. When we have the truth, holding fast to the truth, we're able to recognize where the lie is and where the deceit is, because the truth is in our mind. And so in all these things, we're to honor the Lord, hold fast to him, and speak the truth in love. Why? Because we're building each other up as the church, pointing each other towards Christ. And as we are building each other up, we're helping each other to grow in our maturity, to grow in our sanctification, and to grow in our ability to imitate and model Christ-like behavior. And we fail in this, which is why we need the gospel. Thank God that we are not left on our own, but we're saved by grace through faith. And then also at the same time, as the Lord has saved us, now we are to encourage each other and build each other up in love in order that we would walk in the light as he is in the light. So remember today to keep a close watch on your life and doctrine.